Hey guys, MGTOW is freedom. John here. Just got done watching Dirty Grandpa. Thanks, Albert. Albert said, hey man, you should do one of those MGTOW at the movies and use this Dirty Grandpa movie. And I had a feeling that it was going to be the type of movie. It's got a lot of raunchy humor, a lot of goofy comedy, a lot of locker room funniness in it. And it did. It didn't let me down. But there were also some really good lessons in the movie. And it was about a young man who was about to start his life. He was going to be a lawyer in a firm, a junior partner or associate, and he was engaged to a beautiful blonde girl, and it was just a week before his marriage. Anyways, his granddad's mom died, and the granddad wanted to go golfing with him down in Florida. Well, the first thing the girl does, the fiance, is tell right? Her fiance, the grandson, take my car. I need yours to go get some wine. And it was a pink Fiat convertible, right? So she emasculates him right there. And he doesn't argue. He just does as he's told. Well, the whole point of the movie was Dirty Grandpa, right? Played by Robert De Niro, was showing him what a pussy he was. By constantly showing him what he was doing was not to live his own life, but to live a life that everyone else wanted for him and expected from him and demanded that he do. Now, ultimately, right, at the end of the movie, the boy gets rid of her. And in typical fashion, right, he learns, because that's the whole point of the movie. And at the end of the movie, right, he tells the girl who's the fiance, hey, I'm not going to marry you. And she says in front of everyone at their pre-wedding party the night before, well, that's all right because I fucked your cousin while you were down in Florida with your granddad. And so it was full of these Hollywood typical shock value moments. But those reflect life, and life currently reflects those movies. Movies like this one, where women are just as raunchy as the worst characters. Just as raunchy as them. But it's real life now. Because women out there today, these feminist women, are taking their cues from movies. Whether the role that's being talked about is positive or negative, that's what they do. They control you. They dominate you. They scream at you. They yell at you. Right? They put you down. And then ultimately they let you know how, even though you changed your mind about them, they had already done numerous things to disrespect you. So I do MGTOW at the movies. I like the more serious movies for it, but this was a funny movie. But again, these funny movies, they have a lot of reality in them, and then for some reason, real life ends up reflecting what happens in these movies. So if you're in a good mood and you want to sit down with the boys and watch some silliness, right, go ahead and watch Dirty Grandpa. But with all movies now, I watch them with an eye for MGTOW. In fact, I'm going to leave it at that. TV shows. I watch TV shows, reruns from the 80s or the 70s, just to remember what was that like back then? What was culture like? And it was the same thing back then. It was toned down quite a bit. But it was still feminism on the rise. So, 70s, 80s, 90s, up till today, it's the same thing. Only now, instead of soft and mild, it is in-your-face feminism. And in your face and up yours, and I'm going to control you, and if I don't get to control you, then I'm going to shit all over you, cheat on you, and steal your stuff. That's what the modern feminist is all about. And that's what it is. So Albert, thank you for the donation. Thank you for the suggestion and the good chuckles and laughs as I watch that. But you guys have a great week. MGTOW is freedom. Semper Fi.